morning. It's our last morning waking up at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It always makes me really sad. If you are new here, my name is Ivy. I'm a Disneyland local. I love traveling to Disney World, and we are just sharing our experience of our family trip this year. And I'm so glad that you're here. Today, the boys fly home. So we have like a half day. I did get up at 7 a.m., joined the virtual queue for Guardians. We did get boarding group 52, which is further in the day than I was hoping. I swear I was on the app, 59:59, I hit refresh, I hit join queue, it's just what happened. So the park doesn't open until 8:30, it's 8 o'clock now, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on the boarding groups. The benefit of the later boarding group is we've had a little bit more of a quieter morning. We've been rope dropping pretty hard each day, so I'm still in my jammies. We've been having some pastries and coffee and tea, and unfortunately watching the Queen's funeral today. So we've just kind of been gathered around in the living room watching the TV. Our plans for today are all kind of up in the air, dependent on time and the boarding groups. Now, AJ and I are switching over to Beach Club today, and we did put the boys on our reservation since the studio does sleep 5. So we are thinking kind of like a relaxing pool day, and then just kind of keeping an eye on the boarding groups. So we've been just kind of packing all of our stuff up. Even though we're staying, we do have to move, so we need our stuff to be movable. We really don't have that much stuff this trip, so it's not too bad, but that's kind of what we've been up to this morning. Now I just finished packing up our owner's locker, which I want to make sure to do a video going through what we keep in our owner's locker, because I think a lot of stuff in our owner's locker helps us pack really light when we come out to Florida. There's also a lot of stuff that's not necessarily a need, but definitely things that are very convenient to have on hand. So I'm hoping that I can do that maybe later this afternoon or tomorrow, and I'll probably put it up in a separate video. Tomorrow, real quick, we just changed our park reservations. AJ and I like to end our trips at Animal Kingdom because it's our favorite. The last couple of trips we've changed that. One, because I really get, like, my Disney depression hits real hard if I have my last park as Animal Kingdom. I usually cry when we leave. You would think after like years and multiple visits I'd be fine, but for some reason I just it just makes me really sad leaving. So we decided, since we're going to be at Beach Club, we switched it to EPCOT tomorrow, even though we're going to EPCOT today. That way we can pop into the International Gateway, go over to France and get some coffees and pastries early in the morning. That sounds like a better plan, and something that probably won't make me cry. Goodbye, Animal Kingdom Lodge. You have been swell. This was probably one of the most comfortable beds I've slept in on property. Light off. You were a pretty good hotel. I'm always sad leaving hotel rooms. Goodbye, Animal Kingdom Lodge. Even though we did not have a Savannah view this time, it was still wonderful and peaceful. We had a beautiful sunset the last couple of nights, so that's been nice also. They are building some vacation homes across the street, which I'll be interested to see what those are like next year. Maybe they'll be done. There's our giraffe. Goodbye, giraffes. We'll see you in January. We are popping into the Beach Club. So we are all checked in. We have some room keys this time, and while our magic bands work for our room, they've been giving us trouble in the park. So we got all these keys, and they're all special for the 50th with all of the Mickey Shorts characters. We came out onto the boardwalk, and we were all talking about water slides yesterday. I asked Josh if he I asked all the boys if they like water slides, and Josh said he didn't like water slides that were closed, and I was like, oh, well, because the part from the entrance over to the pool side is a big tube. So the boys are checking out all of the pool of Stormalong Bay. We have the sand entrance, the lazy river in the middle, and then of course the big slide. If we have time today, we will have some pool time. I don't feel like that is in our future today. It is 10:30. We have to leave for the airport in 2 hours, and our boarding group for Guardian should be called in about 30 minutes. Walking down this path to the villas, and turning the corner, and being right up here, right by the International Gateway. Hop into France, get some pastries and coffee. Truly no better way to start a morning at Disney. Scanning into EPCOT, and who do I see but Chef Daisy. I love her little outfit, and on her apron she has like an apple pie. It is 10:50 and our boarding group has been called. So we just got off of our third ride of Guardians. This time we got Iran. Yeah, so we're all happy that we got a new song. We sat in the very first car. I sat in the second row with Josh. And I think the front row, or the first car and the last car so far have been my favorite. The time where we sat in car number 3 or 4, I can't remember, is my least favorite. So we were glad we got a new song. And now after 3 trips, I saw a little bit more. I heard more. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that they like talk the whole time during the ride. So the cool thing about being in the front is Rocket's voice comes in and he tells you when the next jump point is, and it lights up right as you hit it. Whereas when we were all the way in the back, I like missed that that's what was happening because it was already lit up by the time we got there. AJ and I are gonna try for another boarding group tonight for the extra evening hours. So we'll keep hoping for some different songs. But for now, we're gonna walk back to Beach Club, throw everyone in the car, and head to the airport. Well, EPCOT, that's a wrap. The boys all rank EPCOT as their favorite park. So, EPCOT, you left quite the impression on the Robbie boys. They all enjoyed drinking around the world, and Guardians, everyone's favorite ride, so EPCOT won out their hearts, and I understand why. It's my number 2. Whew. It is a humid one today in good old September in Florida. I will say this trip is probably, I've been in August a couple of times. I did a girls trip in August, like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was so blistering hot that we would go out early in the morning for rope drop, do a couple things, and then go like back to the room or whatever we needed to do to stay in AC for the rest of the day, and then go back out once the sun went down. This trip wasn't as bad from a sun heat standpoint, but it definitely is one of the more humid trips that we've had. I have worn my hair up a lot. I've worn a lot more tank tops. This is also probably, like I said in my packing video, one of the first trips where I haven't worn any themed cotton t-shirts, and I am so glad. I feel like it has made all the difference in how comfortable I've been all day. And this romper from Kohl's, FLX brand, I think this is one of my favorite things that I own for the parks, because the shorts that are built into it are longer and have the like little plasticky pieces to keep the shorts from riding. So yesterday I wore shorts in the Magic Kingdom, and I think the inseam to those shorts were 3 inches, and I ended up with a little bit of chafing yesterday. So today, so much more comfortable. Love a good romper. So nice. Now we're headed down the little path from the International Gateway, popping in here. The one thing about some of the beach club rooms is if you're on the first floor, like your balcony is, or patio I guess, is right up against this walkway. So it can be a little strange. And the rooms on the second floor don't have much of a balcony or patio at all. So if you do want to check out, this is not sponsored in any way, this is just something that I personally do. I check out touring plans and look at the room views. That's how I've been requesting rooms. I think I'm going to change the process in how I request rooms, but that's at least how I get an idea of where we want to be. So you can look, it shows you like the full view of the hotel, which rooms on which floors are for whatever category you booked. And then you can click on the room, and if people have submitted photos, they'll show you the view of the room. So whenever we stay places, I always try to take some photos and submit also, because I use that as a tool all the time in helping choose what rooms we may want to stay in. Again, I check touring plans. I have one of their yearly memberships for Disney World. And again, this is not SponCon in any way. This is just one of the things that I use and love. We're going from the blue buildings at the beach club over to the green buildings at the beach club. These are the DVC villas. Now, I've never had good luck requesting a room for one night and having that request granted. So we'll see, but I did request a room on the 4th floor up here. So these rooms up here can actually see the harmonious fireworks, which would be this direction. Our fingers crossed in requests. Also, why the requests are not guaranteed. But it is so quiet over here, which is nice. So as you may be able to tell by now, I like resorts that are really quiet and peaceful. At the end of the day, it's still my vacation. So while we do get up early, go ham in the parks, we do also like to relax and have some R&R and some nice quiet time. And I love me a good balcony. We dropped the boys off at the airport and have headed to Disney Springs. We're gonna try for Gideons one more time today and grab a bite to eat before our dinner reservation tonight. So it is 1:40 on a Monday and Gideons is still at a standby. So we are, well, first of all, I'm very hungry, not for a cookie, but we're going to just get in line and get our cookies for the trip. So this is our little menu card that we got in line with all of the flavors of cookies. Oh, I'm hungry. We have like they said that our spot in line is about 30 minutes. We'll see.
We were first told about these cookies in 2018 by our friends Jeff and Lisa. They said that Polite Pig in Disney Springs has some of the best cookies that are delivered by a local bakery, but you have to time it just right because they sell out fast. Well, we never timed it right because we never got to try the cookies. Until now. Gideons no longer needed Polite Pig to sell their cookies because they were opening up their own location in Disney Springs. Now, Gideons is a local bakery that also has a location north of the Orlando airport, where you can even pre-order your cookies online for pickup. Or if you're at Disney, you can grab cookies at Disney Springs, as well as some Disney Spring exclusives like the coffee cake and dark coffee cake cookies. They also have limited edition cookies of the month, which always makes it fun because there's something new to try. This month was a peanut butter cold brew cookie, which was the sole purpose of our cookie adventures today. They also have some amazing cakes, merch like pins, shirts, and even candles. Now the cookies do travel well, they freeze really well, and are fun to take back home. While I personally find most of the cookies overly sweet, I enjoy their peanut butter cold brew and like taking home a coffee cake cookie for breakfast once I'm back at work and really missing Disney.
We got all of our cookies. AJ got 6, I got 4, and one of those cookies is their hot chocolate chip cookie with vanilla ice cream. So we actually hit Gideon's for hot cookie hour. We didn't realize that that's what we were going to do, but while we were in line, I looked down and saw, I was like, it's 1:45. If we can make it through this line and not get inside until 2 o'clock, we'll be able to order their hot chocolate chip cookie with vanilla ice cream. So it is $10, but the cookie is like a half a pound and the scoop of ice cream is pretty ginormous. AJ got his peanut butter cold brew. Very happy about that.
Living my best life.
I got the French toast cold brew, which I haven't had.
Maple syrup and cinnamon with a nitro cold brew? Yes, please.
Oh.
Aren't you glad I suggested that for you?
It literally tastes like I'm eating French toast. That's weird. It's like delicious, but like weird.
How does it taste eggy?
Oh, don't say that now.
No, like French toast egg, in a good way. Tastes like you're eating French toast.
But now we're gonna eat our hot cookie. Oh my gosh. You know, they don't give you napkins with this, which is just all bad. It's pretty delicious. That's good ice cream too. What do you think?
I think it was a pretty damn good day.
I think the rest of today's vlog is going to be all about food. We just got cookies. We're going to go grab a savory bite to eat, probably just something small at Chicken Guy, and then we have a dining reservation at Riviera. So come along this food tour of Disney World with us tonight. Stop number 2 in our food tour of the day is Chicken Guy. AJ and I each ordered just a 3-piece tender. The thing that I love about Chicken Guy are all of the sauces, and I also really love some fried pickles. How was your Chicken Guy experience?
Solid. It's always solid. It's not the most gourmet, but I've had a lot worse chicken.
I normally get sandwiches. I think this is the first time I've ever ordered just strips. So I think the strips are great on a sandwich because they're so thin. But we just needed a little bit of savory food to get us by until dinner time. Now we are going to head to the beach club. I could go for a nap, y'all.
There's time.
We have not gone hard in the parks like we just did for the last 5 days. I'm not built to vacation like that. We also like to relax.
Yeah, we tried to fit a lot into a little bit of time for the boys since it was their first trip. We wanted them to see all the things.
We did a good job.
And we still went back to the hotel in the middle of the day.
Because of the rain, we did end our days pretty early. But I think it's just time on your feet also.
Mm-hmm. And we moved pretty rapidly through the parks as we moved.
Oh yeah, we had to.
The boys were having trouble keeping up sometimes. They weren't ready for us.
Back to the Lime Garage, and we're gonna drop our bags with Bell Services. Ooh, those clouds are.
Yeah, it's coming.
Maybe we don't want to take the Skyliner to dinner.
Not unless we want to be stuck there because the Skyliner will stop running because of lightning. We'll have to rethink our strategy.
Yeah. So if you are on the Skyliner and there's lightning in the distance within a certain radius, they stop running the Skyliner. So we may want to drive to dinner instead of Skyliner from Beach Club over to Riviera. I personally love staying at the Beach Club. I know that it's not the newest or the nicest rooms, but I just there's something about it that I just find relaxing, and I love being so close to the entrance of EPCOT. So this is our studio at the Beach Club. We actually have a handicap accessible room. Didn't request it, just what we were assigned. I feel like a lot of our one-night stays end up being in accessible rooms that they set aside that people may not book, and then we get assigned them. So we do have the bathroom with the handrails and then a wheel-in shower. And then the studios have this little kitchenette instead of a full kitchen, but it has just your basic needs. Sinks, coffee maker. There's usually a toaster. Let's check out what's in here. Oh, there's our toaster. So since it's a studio, it has paper, disposable goods. There's our bell services. Kitchenette in the studios has the paper goods instead of the full dishes. We have a little sink, fridge. We'll get our Brita filled and put in there. And we have a queen size bed in here. I could turn on the lights. That might help a little. There's some good plugs and USB outlets in there. We have this nice mirror. I don't remember this mirror in the other room that we stayed at Beach Club. This is a closet. Has your iron, your blow dryer, and then also extra bedding. And the extra bedding is for this guy. This actually pulls down. Let's see. Press button and pull handle to lower bed. So this does pull down to be a twin bed, but in the meantime, since it's just myself and AJ, it's a nice little table topper for two. The couch also pulls out to be a queen, so this room does sleep 5. So we are on the first floor. Very different than the 4th floor that I had requested. So here is our little patio. Pop out here. So it's not too bad. I know earlier today we were walking alongside on that side of the Beach Club, and I was showing how the chairs and the walkway were so close together. So at least here we have a little bit of space. I did request this side of the building, just not first floor, but that's okay. After a little snooze in the hotel and some freshening up, we are now headed to the Riviera. We have one of our friends who is joining us for dinner tonight, and we're gonna take you guys to our favorite spot to have dinner on property. Headed to Topolino's Terrace, which is way up there. From the top, there are some beautiful views. Oh, I love it up here. I love it here. Why am I not staying here? May. I just have to wait till May. We're staying here in May. It's okay, I can wait.
While waiting for a table, we popped in and grabbed a seat at the bar at Topolino's. I got a mocktail, the garden mint soda served with seedlip garden gin, and the boys started with some old fashions. Our dinner at Topolino's Terrace started with the romaine salad. It has ricotta, watercress, lemon, and olive oil. The blistered tomatoes add a great acidity, and the crouton dust has just the right amount of garlic. Now, we love the rigatoni on this menu, but in the spirit of trying new things, AJ got the lobster linguine. Our friends started with the asparagus soup, and everyone loved their first round. For entrees, AJ and I both got the filet, which I think is the best filet on property. It's served with potatoes, vegetables, and a great sauce. To accompany it, I got the charred broccolini. and our friend got the sea scallops, which were served on risotto.
One of the great things about eating at Topolino's is the great views from the top of the Riviera. I mean, look at that sunset. But from here you can see items from the World Showcase. You can even see the harmonious barges over here. The land pavilion. And then in the distance we have the swan and dolphin. Out here you can kind of see, this is as far as my zoom goes, but right in the middle there is Expedition Everest. To the left of it is Tower. I can hear some lightning, or some thunder. Oh look, it's just like a peaceful day in the Riviera. On this side we're overlooking Caribbean Beach. Straight ahead you can see the top of the bowling pins for All-Star Sports. And off in the distance you can see the baseball field at ESPN Wide World of Sports. But tonight there's some lightning going on this side. So because there's lightning in the area, the Skyliner is down. We finished our dinner at Topolino's. It was just so good. I have never had a bad meal there. It is always just so delicious and everything is so good. The quality, while they do have a lot of the staples on the menu all the time, they do operate off of a seasonal menu in some capacity. So like our friend got the asparagus soup, and when I got the soup in the winter, it was a really buttery, wonderful chestnut soup. The salad I've had before, which was delicious, and the steak is typically what I order. So I did also order a side of the charred broccolini. I love vegetables with char and that little bit of like burnt taste, if you will, but like not bitter. So good. We decided to not get dessert there, and the boys got espresso martinis. I got a cup of coffee. I could have lived without the coffee from there, but that's fine. We ended up coming down to Le Petit Cafe, and I got an order of Madeleines for the road. And since there is lightning in the area, the Skyliner is not running. So our friend ordered a minivan to take us back to the hotel. I'm stoked because I have not been in a minivan in years now, since pre all the times of the things. So we are gonna catch a ride back to the beach club. Look at my minivan. How you doing tonight?
Great, how are you tonight?
Doing great. Come on in.
I like the costumes, right?
One of my favorite things about the minivans is they play the music to where you are going. Buy my little minivan. You were swell. So a minivan, it all happened so fast I didn't even get to talk about it. A minivan is a rideshare service operated by Disney but partnered with Lyft. So you order it through the Lyft app. I don't know how much our ride cost. Our friend covered it for the invite for meeting us for dinner. I know that there's some like pricing things like a minimum of $25 plus mileage, something like that. It's a nice special treat when you're staying on property, and the other benefit is that they can drive on any of the Disney properties, and when you're staying at a hotel, especially like Caribbean Beach or Coronado Springs that are so spread out, they can drive you all the way to the building that you're staying in and not just drop you off at the lobby. So that's a huge benefit. But we are now back at EPCOT. It is extra evening hours tonight. We did get a Gideons fast pass,
Boarding group.
boarding group for the virtual queue.
So we are getting ready to go through security. It's been 12 hours since I've taken Dramamine and I have a full stomach.
It's going to be our second time today on Guardians and our fourth time overall. So far we've gotten 3 different songs on 3 different rides. So let's hope we get a new song again.
And you have 4 touch points for all the way up. Let's try again. Well, here goes nothing. Ride number 2 for the day. That was ride 4, right? 4 for Guardians. And the 4th song. Shocked that happened. We got Disco Inferno. I actually think that it was my least favorite song on the list. It was a fun song. Previously, one way or the other. One way or another. I just said that. I just had corrected myself.
I had to sing it.
I know. Was on the bottom, but this time, I think for me, I at least know the words to that song, where I don't know all the words to Disco Inferno. So that at least helps get me out of the mindset of being like, oh, I'm on this coaster. It was the first time that I took it, that I went on the coaster without taking Dramamine. I took my Dramamine 12 hours ago, and I feel okay. I wish I had some ice water right now. But besides that, I think I'll be okay. It is now officially 9:40. Extra magic hours go till 11. But I don't know if we're gonna do anything else tonight. I mean, I always love riding Frozen, and AJ would love to ride Ratatouille again. But we're tired.
We can at least look at wait times because we have to walk back that way anyways.
We don't walk towards Frozen because we can't walk around the World Showcase on that side.
Oh.
They do
I forgot about that.
block
That's a
off
good
the World
tip.
Showcase. So you can only get to Frozen going the Mexico way. You can only get to Ratatouille going the Canada way, and then that's it. We learned that last time because we were like, oh, it'd be so nice to take a stroll around the World Showcase when it's nice and quiet. They didn't let us stroll.
Definitely not.
But also, real quick, look at how pretty the Nova course is. Hey, look at me
It's like
learning
you're an
things.
MCU fan.
Is with Spaceship Earth. It is so pretty, and currently on the camera it's coming across a little bright, a little extra light pollution around everything, but it's great. As you can tell, we are back at the hotel and we did not ride anything else. Frozen was about 20 minutes, Ratatouille was about 30 minutes. I am not feeling my best after this Guardians round. So for me, I get motion sick, but it's not necessarily from only motion. It really is triggered when there's visual components. And in Guardians, not only is it a coaster, not only are you moving, like, I don't even know, what do you even call how you move back and forth in those ride vehicles?
Yeah,
Because it's not side to side, like,
No.
so not only are you like moving as a coaster, and your ride car is moving not like a teacup, but like kind of like a teacup to some capacity.
But to both directions and then stopping and then going back another direction.
And then there's visual screens, so like there's like a lot happening. I don't remember where I was going with this. I feel like we lived 2 days in one. We got up and did stuff with the boys, then we took them to the airport, and then came back and had, I feel like, a whole nother day. So we went to EPCOT this morning. I like forgot what we even did. We have a lot of cookies to fit in our luggage to come home with us. And then had a delicious dinner at the Riviera. I love Topolino's Terrace. It is definitely on my top picks for any adult meal for dinner. And then headed into Guardians for extra evening hours for deluxe resort guests, and that's one of the reasons why we stayed over at the beach club tonight. Originally we did have a room at Animal Kingdom so we wouldn't have to move very far, but then when I realized it was EPCOT's evening hours, I was like,
let's stay where we could just walk into the park. And tonight when AJ and I walked back into the building, we both went, I really love this resort. So this is our second stay here. Unfortunately, both times we've only booked one night. So the last time was one night before our cruise, and now this is one night before our trip comes to an end. But I feel like we will definitely be back to the beach club. So thank you so much for following along in our long, crazy day and our family trip to Disney World. I'm sure we will have some more exciting stuff tomorrow. We have a park reservation for EPCOT again, hopping in early in the morning for our early morning entry. We are going to try to get another boarding group for Guardians before we have to head to the airport, and going to France, which I can't believe that I have not been into France yet this trip. We've been to EPCOT and I have not been in the patisserie. This feels like a crime. So we're grabbing breakfast in France tomorrow. I hope you check it out and come along with us. Thank you so much for watching today's adventure.